My friends, there is an invisible force surrounding each of us, an intelligence greater than our own, guiding, protecting, and whispering truths to those who are wise enough to listen. Some call it providence, others call it divine intervention, but whatever name you give it, as angels are nearer than you think. As said today, I will share with you 8 unmistakable signs that these celestial beings are walking beside you, ready to lift you to heights you've never imagined. There comes a moment, often when you least expect it, when the world around you seems to be collapsing. Pressure mounts, obstacles multiply, and logic screams that you should be overwhelmed. Yet, instead of fear, instead of panic, you feel something entirely unexpected. Saw deep, unshakable peace. This is no ordinary calm. It defies circumstance. It transcends understanding. And it carries with it an unspoken assurance that you are not alone in the struggle. This sudden serenity is not random. It is the first and perhaps most profound sign that divine forces are moving on your behalf. Angels operate beyond the noise of the visible world. When chaos erupts, they bring stillness. When doubt rises, they infuse your spirit with quiet confidence. You may not hear a voice, you may not see a figure, but the presence is undeniable. It's as if an invisible hand has steadied your trembling heart and whispered, This storm will not consume you. History's greatest men and women have spoken of this phenomenon, moments before triumph, moments before breakthrough, when all seemed lost, yet they were filled with an eerie, supernatural calm. That peace was not their own. It was a gift, a signal, a reminder that forces greater than human understanding are at work in the shadows, arranging what you cannot yet see. Pay attention the next time fear should rule you, but doesn't. That quiet strength is not coincidence. It is confirmation. The angels are near, and their presence alone can turn panic into power, turmoil into triumph. Remember this: the deepest peace often arrives not in the absence of the storm, but in the very midst of it. When you feel it, recognize it for what it is: divine intervention in its purest form. You've experienced it before. That eerie moment when life aligns in ways too perfect to dismiss as mere chance. A long-lost friend crosses your mind, and suddenly they call. You stumble upon a book that falls open to the exact page, holding the answer you've been seeking. You hear a stranger speak words that feel meant for you alone. These aren't random accidents. They're deliberate signs, carefully orchestrated by unseen hands. Angels communicate through synchronicity, weaving threads of divine timing into the fabric of your daily life. The universe doesn't operate on coincidence. It operates on purpose. When these moments occur, they carry a subtle but unmistakable energy, a quiet nudge letting you know you're being guided. The more attuned you become, the more frequently these meaningful accidents appear. A song plays at the exact moment you need its message. A stranger offers unexpected help just as you're about to give up. Financial relief arrives from an unforeseen source when bills pile high. These are not lucky breaks. They are interventions. Angels work through the people, places, and opportunities around you, bending circumstances to steer you toward your destiny. Skeptics will call it chance, but those who've learned to listen recognize the pattern. The universe speaks in whispers before it ever needs to shout. Pay close attention when life seems to conspire in your favor. That recurring number, that unexpected encounter, that timely solution, they are fingerprints of the divine. Angels don't always announce themselves with grand gestures. Often, they reveal their presence through the quiet magic of perfect timing. The key is awareness. The more you acknowledge these moments, the more they multiply. What looks like luck to the untrained eye is, in truth, celestial guidance, proof that you are being watched over, led, and protected every step of the way. Have you ever been alone in a room when suddenly the air around you shifted, not with a chill, but with a radiant warmth that seemed to come from nowhere, or felt an inexplicable surge of energy rush through your body like an electric current, lifting your spirits in an instant. These visceral sensations are far more than tricks of the mind. They are direct encounters with celestial beings who vibrate at frequencies beyond human perception. Angels announce their presence through physical sensations because the body recognizes truth before the intellect can process it. That sudden wave of comfort when you're grieving, the goosebumps that rise during prayer, the overwhelming sense of being embraced when no one is there. These are not imagined experiences. They are tangible evidence of the divine breaking through the veil. Science may call it bioelectricity or psychological phenomenon, but those who felt it know better. There's an intelligence to this energy, a loving consciousness that responds to need. When you're on the verge of collapse, it fortifies you. When you're drowning in loneliness, it wraps around you like an invisible cloak of solace. The warmth often starts at the crown of the head or between the shoulder blades. Key energy centers where angels most frequently interact with human physiology. Unlike the fleeting heat of embarrassment or exertion, this sacred warmth lingers, carrying with it an unmistakable message. You are seen. You are loved. You are never abandoned. Why pay attention when your physical being reacts to empty space? That sudden scent of flowers with no source. The inexplicable pressure of a hand on your shoulder. The tingling awareness that makes the hairs on your arms stand up. These are the moments when angels step closest. They're not constrained by human limitations, and so they communicate through the most universal language of all pure energy. The body doesn't lie. When it tells you heaven is near, believe it. There are moments when certainty strikes like lightning, no facts, no evidence, just absolute knowing that pierces through all doubt. You can't explain how you know, yet the truth resonates in your bones with unshakable clarity. This isn't intuition or gut feeling. It's something far more profound. Angels bypass the slow machinery of human logic to deliver truth directly to your spirit. When divine knowledge arrives this way, it carries a distinctive quality. It doesn't feel like your own thought, but rather like a revelation placed whole within you. History's greatest visionaries, inventors, artists, leaders, all describe this phenomenon, a sudden download of complete understanding that defies their education or experience, a solution appearing fully formed during a walk, a life-changing decision made with zero deliberation but total conviction. These are not random brain flashes, they're angelic interventions. The celestial realm operates outside time, seeing all possible outcomes at once. When they need to guide you urgently, they plant this crystalline knowing in your consciousness, because sometimes you must act before you have time to think. You'll recognize these moments by their signature resistance to doubt. Ordinary hunches waver when challenged, but angelic certainty grows stronger under pressure. It's the inexplicable confidence that makes you walk away from a sure thing deal moments before it collapses, or drives you to take a risk that later proves miraculous. This knowing often comes with a physical marker, a quickening heartbeat, a rush of energy, or the strange sensation of time slowing down. That's your human system straining to contain a divine frequency. When this unshakable truth arrives, don't dissect it. Angels don't send memos. They send convictions. The more you honor these flashes of absolute certainty, the more frequently they come. This is how heaven communicates with those willing to listen beyond logic's limits. The greatest truth of all, angels do not merely watch from afar. They engage ye. They nudge, they whisper, they shield, and sometimes they even carry you. But here is the secret as they respond to faith. The more you acknowledge their presence, the more they reveal themselves. So tonight, before you sleep, ask, listen, watch for the signs, and when you recognize them, act with the courage of one who knows. You are guided by hands unseen, lifted by wings unheard, and loved beyond all earthly measure. Go forth, and walk boldly. The angels are with you.